Hello guys, how are you? Today I'm gonna tell you how I reached Gotthard Pass in Switzerland. It was a quite long journey, you know, to ride on a bike and and cross all these streets of Locarno, and then passing through different villages and different towns. It was quite amazing. As you can see, I'm driving through one town. The house and buildings were very nice and very nicely built. And you can see the streets, and it's quite silence and close. Because of the 2020 pandemic. Uh, People are people. You can see people are very active, driving one place to another, even though there is kind of a lockdown situation. But you never stop. People like to go outside, and it's very nice when there's good weather. You should go outside, and you should drive, you should work, you should ride, whatever. You can do some movement activities that can bring you some good things. mm, in life, anything can happen. It's not certain. Even though you can see, the weather is nice, you know the streets are fine, roads are fine, you can ride your motorcycle nicely on the streets. You cannot say that this will be like mm, this will be like that forever. So it can change. So what I would like to say is how beautiful the life is. You have to see beyond that. There are some unexpected things you have to consider, you have to think, you have to project, so that you can learn something. You can learn by doing, you can learn by thinking, you can learn by hearing, whatever. So you know that's the point. That's the point in your life. You should focus more on the unexpected things, the how to say, the bad situations, the difficulties. All these are there in life. Not only the good things, bad things are there. And there are some thing which can also happen in your life. You will be fine, or you are all right now, you are healthy, but you don't know. In few seconds you are ill or you are sick, whatever. So you have to really know that there is sickness in life. There are some time in your life you have to go through. Old age, maybe you have to go through many other things which are not so sweet, which are not so nice. So and ultimately we have to live this life. So you are not permanent for here. So in this short period of life you have to enjoy as much as you can. At the same time, you have to focus on the things which can bring some changes in your life, some good things in your life and beyond this life. So you have to think beyond this life. You have to make a journey, like riding a bicycle, riding a motorcycle. So you have to think beyond. You expect beyond that mountain. I'm expecting there are some nice curves, where you can drive, very nicely. You can make some turns and some actions, like that. So that's it. Hi again. So when you go for a long journey, it's very important to be healthy and be fit, to go for a ride, that you had enough sleep, and the weather also plays a big role. Weather condition, your physical condition, all must be good, and the bike costumes, gloves and jackets, wind jackets, windproof jackets, windproof trousers, and bike costumes must be must be worn by the rider when you ride on the plain roads. It is okay. Now I'm riding on very high altitude. Let's say I'm going now higher and higher, and it's getting, let's say, a bit windy, and also a little bit let's say the oxygen level is also thinner when you go up, and the sun is directly on your head and your body and your bike. So very important to wear all the bike costumes. At the same time, you have to enjoy the views, all these nice views, the sun, the sky and clouds. You can how to say smell the streets and town. Very, you have to very, how to say, mindful. It's like a meditation. You're meditating on the streets, you're meditating while riding. So our goal is to live the moment while you are riding. You have to be very how to say joyful, and mindfulness should be there. So as you can see, I'm going higher and higher, more higher I ride, more pleasure I get. It gives you a sense of lifting up. You're lifted up by the nature. So beautiful. Actually riding a bike, like this one, it's how to say, not so good for the nature, but you can do something, when you ride bike like this one, Harley Davidson Heritage. You can think just positively. You can wish something good for yourself, good for the nature. You can wish something good for other traffic participants or riders who are passing through, or you can see animals, birds, whatever, so you can actually do a lot of things while you're riding. You are turning up, like I'm now turning bit slowly, and now I'm at starting. So you have to be very careful with make sure that you are on your side, because otherwise, if something any how to say, on the opposite side, if someone who is driving very fast, then you are gone. You will mess up with that. So I'm trying to be very careful to curve these winding roads. As you can see, he's coming very fast down. So so I'm riding up and up. Now it's the time to enjoy, to to enjoy these curves, let's say. Okay, so I'm now a bit higher again, turnings, so I'm not so fast. I'm riding carefully. I don't want to mess up with other traffic or traffickers or traffic participants. Okay, so yeah, this is Switzerland. So in Switzerland, you can enjoy every time you ride. You can enjoy the roads, and streets. Now you have just now I have I'm I'm trying to how to say, curve these winding roads. Sometimes I made mistake, just I'm not concentrated enough. You have, when you ride, I should suggest you just be on your right side, and just enjoy and ride steady, not really fast. You can drive fast, but you have to be very careful. Otherwise you will be you will be finished. Okay, now I'm continuing my ride. I'm enjoying. The roads are very nice. You can enjoy forever. Let's talk about the bike itself and the engine. I've never thought that this bike will give you a lot of fun and pleasure while you're riding. Um, this bike, Harley Davidson Heritage Classic Softail, has a dual cylinder engine, um, Milwaukee 8114, and it has 1868 cc, that means 1868 cc of power, and let's say 94 horsepower. um, um, Fuel system: electronic sequential port fuel injection, known as ESPFI, and exhaust pipe or exhaust puffer, 2 into 2 shortly dual, at the one side of the bike. Performance, let's say, 3000 round of strokes, 3000 rounds of torques it will give you while it is riding on the high peak. As I told you, horsepower 93 to 94. Lean angle right 27.3, right angle and right angle 27.3, and lean angle at the left 28.5. Okay, fuel consumption, let's say on the highway you can get maybe 5 liter, 100 kilometer per hour, and okay, and it's driven by, let's say, nylon chain, and gearbox, large or huge gearbox, having 6 gears. Okay. Front wheel and rear wheel, or both of them steel, gloss black, steel laced. Brakes caliper type, so it has ABS brake system, electrics. We have high beam, turn signal, neutral signal, low oil pressure, engine diagnostics, auxiliary lighting, cruise, ABS, security, low battery voltage, low fuel, etc. Gorgeous on oil tank, 5-inch analog speedometer with a digital gear, odometer, fuel level, clock, and trip range and tachometer indication. It's with the most latest modern technologies are equipped. So as a bike, it has everything. It has cruise control. You can enjoy every time when you go further and further with this bike. And surprisingly, this bike how to say, it has never gave me a problem. You can run, you can drive, you can go for cruise, or you can go for a short distance. You can enjoy every time when you ride over it. You can every time you enjoy your ride. This bike has 330 kg, around 330 kg. It's quite heavy, but you don't feel any heavy when you ride. It can give you a very light feeling. So as you can see, in this video, I try to overtake these cars. Take over. Overtake. It's quite dangerous when you try to overtake at such altitude, because it's quite windy, as well as the curves, roads are not same as at the plain side. You have to be very careful when you overtake cars or bikes. You have to be very sure that you have enough distance. And here you can see later on I try to overtake one car. You see now I'm taking overtake. And you see now on the opposite side you can see this car almost hit me, because I thought this bike is powerful enough, and I can do whatever I like, but that was not the case, because even this bike is powerful. You have to be careful. There are other elements like this windy wind, power of wind coming towards you while you are riding uphill. So you shouldn't ignore these small elements which are also involved while you are riding on the hills or mountains, high altitude. So you have to measure all these small situations and incidents. So never overtake unless you are 100% sure that you can do it. Otherwise you are you are finished. So don't do it. Okay, now I'm almost reaching on the top of Gotthard Pass, and Gotthard Pass is one of the highest pass in Europe, and also one of the highest pass in let's say in Switzerland itself. In winter it's closed because of snow and glacier, or let's say ice, so you cannot ride over it. You have to wait until it opens in May, or let's say end of the April, May, beginning of the May, let's say. So you can also see this tunnel. They build a tunnel. So on so high mountain, on the peak of the mountain, they made a tunnel, amazingly tunnel. I was wondered when I cross it, but in the tunnel it was very cold, windy, let's say kind of windy, so yeah, but you can enjoy at the same time a smooth drive or smooth ride. And the roads are very well built or constructed. As I'm from India, I don't think that Indian roads which I have experiences in the Himalayas, like Ladakh and other areas of Indian mountains. The roads were very tough and rough, and you enjoy, but it's a kind of different experience. So here you can very smoothly ride your bike. Okay, so I'm feeling very, very happy today. I made it, and now I'm almost on the top, so I hope you like it. And the mountains, the peak, you can see now the peak of the mountains. Constructions are going on, the road constructions every year. So wow, hooray, I'm on the top. So I was feeling like I'm on the top of Europe. So I have never pause here. I continued from here. I continued to drive in the direction of Zurich. So I continued from here. Actually, I can stop here. On that day I was very in a hurry, so I drove continuously. Actually, that is not so good. You have to be rest, or you have to take rest. You have to take some let's say fresh air. Stop for few minutes, let's say 15 minutes to 30 minutes. You can stop here, and enjoy the view and drink something. Then you can restart your journey. That will be very nice, because when you when you drive steep hill, down steep hill or a downhill, you feel that you are how to say tired, and you feel quite risky, because of riding for hours without break. So I suggest you, if you go for such journey or crossing the high altitude pass, you should have break on the top, eat something or drink something, then again you should start your journey further, and that will make you a great feeling, I think, and also a bit secure, or so happy. Okay, so I hope you like it. If you like it, subscribe my channel, like it, and comment my explanations in my video. Thank you for watching.